Okay, so I think that's us back up and running now, which is good. Right, so I do apologise for that, guys. I'm not sure what was going on there. But yes, what we're going to do is some races with the AI, just to get a feel for the track, and then we will go do some hot lapping. So we'll do that after we've done some race laps. I'm just going to load up one of the Go setups, because Go setups are usually quite good, although I don't like the sliding of them, but we'll see how we get on. I forgot that there's GT4s in this. So I haven't driven the Ferrari in about a week actually, because was trying to get a setup built for the McLaren, but I just couldn't find enough pace. I was like 4/10 off where I needed to be, so after doing it for a week and not really finding... Oh, I did not expect the GT4 to go that way. And not really finding much time, just ended up having to move on to the Ferrari practice for Friday, because I want to get quite a bit of practice in with it being Bathurst. Bathurst is super hard to overtake, but it's a good rate track for the driving and hot lapping. It's just not the best for racing, because you can't really overtake on through the mountain. Although the first and final sector you can overtake, is just sector 2 is extremely difficult to get an overtake. Whoa! Ho ho! Oh, there's a pile up. What happened there? I just hit the brakes and lost the car. That was weird. It just went to the right as it went over the hill, and then I think did the Lambo do the same thing? No, the Lambo hit the Bentley, and then that caused the pile up. So yeah, let's try that again. So yeah, if anyone's just joined, we're just trying out the Ferrari at Bathurst, because we have a race on a Friday, and I've been driving the McLaren recently to try and build a data pack for it. So I didn't end up finishing the data pack, unfortunately, but I thought that we should start focusing on Bathurst, because I haven't done Bathurst in a while. Although I really like the circuit, so I want to get some practice in. So we're just doing some races with the AI to get a feel for the track, and then we'll do a hot lap session. What? Thought I was ahead there when I turned in. I must have still been slightly alongside. I've accidentally set up this race with GT4 cars in it, so I'll need to sort that. Bathurst does feel nice to drive in the Ferrari though, but I feel like the car is sliding very much. It feels like the car wants to take off going over the hills. It feels like the car's almost too high. But then the last time I drove this circuit would have been in the BMW or the McLaren, which I set up quite low to the ground. You get so much slipstream on the straight, it's unbelievable. Whoa! Gotta be careful with that curve there. Wee bit of a battle coming up. Bentley very, very close to the wall. Oh, the rear! So unstable. Just wants to slide, same as the last Go setups that I tried. I just have no confidence in the car at all with how much this rear slides. It's not nice to drive. Thing is, if you slide it, oh, let's that Lambo's done the same thing 2 races in a row. Let's change this to without the GT4s. Let's get rid of the see if that puts us just to GT3, I think. What's LFM today? Is this Donington a week, I think? Because I was trying to build a Donington data pack. Is Donington Watkins Glen, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, there we go, all GT3s now. Let's try that again. So yeah, I'm not liking how the rear is feeling at all. But maybe it's just because I've been driving the McLaren and setting it up how I like, or it's maybe just how the dirty air affects it here. Maybe it's just the dirty air. But yeah, not really happy with how it's feeling there. So let's try it again and see, maybe in the cleaner air it'll be okay. Oh, that did not expect it to go green so early on the straight. Everyone's so early on the brakes. This is a max AI, but they're always slow on that one. Bit of a bad exit out of turn 1. I think we might need to tuck in behind this Nissan. Just get a little bit of tow. almost got the ass in there, just didn't have the exit speed at all.
Oh, come on. Everyone, all the AI breaks super late there. Maybe we should jump into the hot lap server. Might be easier to learn the track with the hot lap server than it would with the AI. Thought maybe battling with the AI would help, just to learn to refresh on Bathurst, but I actually think it makes it a little bit harder. I think we'll do this race, then we'll jump into a hot lap session. Got on the inside, but just not got the exit speed at all. Gonna have dirty air through here. Oh! Did not expect so much understeer there at all. This is a race setup, but it feels very unstable. Feels like a hot lap setup. Why does the AI keep going into the back of me there? Whoa! AI just tried to murder me on the rejoin. Oh, a nice exit out there. We might get the Aston into the final corner, will we? A little bit wide on the exit there. Didn't mean to push him so wide. Get the position though. Oh, it feels much better actually now that we don't have dirty air. A bit more stable through here. But it's going to be hard in the first couple of laps when you're battling in the dirty air, because it's so unstable through the mountain when you're in dirty air. Oh, a bit wide there. Clipped the wall, did not Not sure if I locked up slightly or if I just braked a little bit too late. Right on the back of the McLaren now. Oh! Yeah, that's done it. The AI quite literally murdered each other, and I tried to avoid it, but all I ended up doing was dying myself. What happened? What happened there? The Audi hits a bump and just crashes by himself. That's so weird. It's like his car's too low or something. It's like he bottoms out there and just bounces. That's such a weird crash. And then something weird happened with my car, because it like glitched through the Lamborghini. I hit the brakes. Yeah, that was weird. I hit the brakes, but the McLaren braked way harder than I thought he would. So I had to go to the right and touched the grass, trying to avoid going into the back of the McLaren. And look, car glitched through the Lambo. Right, I think we're going to go on hot lap server because I'm not really able to practice at all with the in that kind of server. So let's look for excuse me, Apex, hot lap, Bathurst, Ferrari. Gonna have to put in the password again. When you change the car, it gets rid of the password even if you've half entered it, which is a bit annoying. Right. Let's try this. So load up the quality set. Let me just have a look at what kind of lap times we should be expecting. Let me just have a look at where's the hot laps leaderboard, AOR hot lap leaderboard. Let me just have a look here. Here we go. Mount Panorama 59.0 is the world record in a Ferrari. Has anyone done a lap in the McLaren GT3 Evo? They have in the old McLaren there's a few hot laps. I don't see a hot lap for the new one, interestingly. So let's try this. Let's see how we get on, and just try and see what kind of lap times we can do. Hi mate, how's it going? Thanks for tuning into the stream. How are you doing? Bye. Alright, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Well, this setup feels quite nice, the hot lap one. So I think it means we just have to... Whoa! Man, the rear feels like it's got no downforce at all. I am gonna have to be super careful in the race on Friday. So really, if the world record is a 15.90, ideally we should be doing 2-minute flats after some practice. So that might have been cold tires, but we're definitely going to have to be careful in the race, because it's very, very easy to lose the car here. I don't know why they set this up, the car this way like that. It just, every Go setups that I've used, the rear is always so slidey. It's quick, but it feels horrible to drive because you have no confidence in the rear of the car. I'd much rather it be more stable. What? I just hit the brake pedal and immediately it goes into the wall. That might just be the track there because it's got a little bit of a hill. Well, hopefully we can get adjusted to the track fairly quickly. See, like here for example, that felt super stable, whereas that's often a corner where the cars sometimes are really unstable. I'm not sure if they make it slidey like this for the rotation, but like there I could pretty much do that corner flat if I had, but when it slides, I'm not sure if that's, could just be the tires heating up. It does feel like the rear is either too high or the wing is too low. I'm not sure. Like the ride height is either too high on the back or the rear wing is too low. But it just feels like I'm lacking some downforce in the rear of the car. Oh, it did feel nice through there. No. I don't understand why it's so unstable there. I've built a McLaren and a BMW setup here before, and you'd expect that corner to be okay. What am I doing wrong? It's like it wants to be full throttle when it slides, but it's just bouncing so much through there, and I don't understand it at all. Let me just have a quick look at ACC Bathurst Ferrari. Well, let me just have a look and see. What kind of line they take through there. I'm sure it should be flat. They do take it flat in 5th gear. So that's the only thing I can think to try is to shift into 5th just before the corner. Maybe I'm trying to rev it out in 4th, but maybe that's what's giving me the sliding. Go setups lap times seem to be super quick, but I don't know why I seem to struggle with the sliding on their setups. I mean, whoa! I don't understand. Why can't I drive this thing? That's the worst one yet, because it was just... I'm genuinely struggling with this, but I love this track, so I don't understand. In the McLaren I really like it through there, but I don't understand why I'm struggling with the setup so much. It's wanting to spin on turning. I turn into the corner and the rear wants to snap. That's very, very weird. Avoid that curb. It does not like that curb. You do have to avoid that one in the McLaren as well. Same with the Ferrari. Feels nice through there. Hate that slide on entry. I'm really gonna struggle in the race if it's in dirty air, because with clean air I'm struggling for grip in sector 2. So when you're in dirty air it's gonna be a nightmare. Whoa, bit of understeer there. I think they've maybe set it up so that you can use the throttle for more stability on the exits. So on that hairpin, when you put the power down, it gives it a bit of understeer, I think. Either that, or I'm just maybe letting go of the brakes slightly too early. Okay. That was a very slow lap to begin with. I did say we were going to need to grind this track. About 3.6 seconds off our usual pace on our first wild lap, so oh, come on. Why does it slide so much through that? Those fast lefts. I'm either driving it really, really wrong, or the setup. Well, I don't think it is the setup, because it's a good setup. I just don't understand why I struggle with sliding so much. But then my teammate Luciano had the same thing when he was trying these setups, is that he said that he struggled with the sliding as well. That makes it very... The rest of the track, this setup feels amazing. The rotation, everything, it feels spot on. through that fast section of the mountain, it's like I have no rear wing. But the rest of the lap it feels great. So the rotation and everything's fantastic. It's just basically the 3 fastest corners of the track. I feel like I have no grip in the car and no confidence in it either, because I can't trust the rear. Whereas really you want a setup that you're really confident and comfortable in at Bathurst, whereas I'm not very confident in the rear at all through a massive section of this track. Because basically after this corner, up until we start going down the hill, the rear is very unstable. See, again, just slides. I can't be hitting the wall that many times in the race. If this was my setup, I would probably just increase the rear wing and lower the rear ride height, but I shouldn't need to adjust this because this is a go setups. Should be quite good, but I just am not liking this at all through that section. The rest of the track, like I say, is really good. Rotation spot on. It's just through that fast section of the mountain, it is horrible to drive. And yeah, the only way I can describe it is as either having no rear wing or driving on ice with the rear tires. It just, I don't understand why it has just watching the hot lap now. Do they actually lift a tiny bit on the entry of the fastest left-hander, but the one before they still do flat, but they do have a tiniest lift, like just lift a quarter off. So maybe we'll try that. Just do the rest of the lap full throttle. Next LFM. I'd like to do a bit more practice with Bathurst, but what I'll do is I'll do like an hour of Bathurst, and then I will do some LFM at Watkins with you. So I won't do the LFM race that's starting in like 20 minutes, but we'll do the one after that. I think I have a Ferrari set up for it. If not, I'll go on the Porsche. So here they're basically tiny lift. So that works okay. Just feels weird because it feels like it should be able to go flat through there, and then the tires or the rear just doesn't have the grip. So yeah, we'll join you on LFM in like an hour if you fancy that. And in the meantime, I'll just try to get to grips with Watkins. I'll just do like an hour or so, like I say. get to grips with Bathurst, I mean, and then we'll go on Watkins. Okay, that felt nice. A little bit of a slide again, but it felt a bit better through there. Nope, still sliding. Oh, I need to look at the replay and find out exactly what I'm doing wrong. I shouldn't be struggling this much through that section of corners. In the hot lap they don't lift here at all, but then here they lift a little bit, about what I do. So I'm doing almost identical throttle input to them, same gear, but when I turn in, the car wants to slide, which is why I then hit the wall, because I got the oversteer. Do I just need to do like hardly any steering rotation? But even then, I'm like, the amount of steering rotation I put in for this corner, it's hardly anything, but it still just goes, basically aims for the wall. What's the mechanical grip like? What? This is a Go setup, so I should probably hide the rest of it because they sell these, but oh wow. I'll keep trying with the setup and then I'll maybe adjust it. I realise why I'm struggling so much with it. The rear wing is on 4. I usually would drive this car with like 8 to 10 rear wing. I would not drive it with 4 on a track like this. I would be driving it at maybe lower or the same as, I would drive it between like maybe 2 and 4 if it was like Monza or something, but Bathurst, so many corners where you want a lot of rear grip, having it on 4 seems way too low. That was a bad exit. Yeah, let's see if we can find some time with this, because in all honesty, the rest of the lap, I'm actually really liking the setup. It's basically those three left-handers, or the one right-hander, and then is it the two left-handers, where it actually slides. Either way, it's basically the fast section going up the hill after the hairpin just feels awful, whereas the rest of the lap going down the hill, that tight section, feels amazing. So the rotation's so good, but I just don't understand why on the high speed corners it's so slidey. But it seems to be with all the Go setups I've tried, that on the high speed corners the rear seems really unstable. The same as at Zolder, because at Zolder I just used one of the Go setups and I had the same thing on the high speed corners. It was like I had no rear wing. So I think they must do something very different with their driving than what I'm doing. But I looked at the replay and I seem to be driving it very, very similar, so I must be making a mistake without realizing it. Like there I shouldn't have to lift, and there I shouldn't have to lift that much either. Locked up the wheel. Yeah, that lockup cost me quite a bit. Usually Bathurst is one of my favourite tracks, but I can't say I'm enjoying it in the Ferrari at all. So we'll need to do some serious practice over the next few days. Okay, well that was a bit better in turn one. Why does it do that? I'm so confused. I'm just really struggling with why it's sliding so much in that fast left-hander. Because I have a little bit of a lift just on the entry, turn in, and it just wants to spin out. But in the hot lap video it looks absolutely fine, which is why I'm so confused as to what I'm doing wrong. Okay, final lap with this fuel load. See if we can get a bit more stable through that fast section. Oh, come on. I didn't even get to the fast section. Get over to the wall because someone's coming. I can't say that I am not thoroughly frustrated with this car. Done Bathurst so much previously, which is why I'm just getting a bit frustrated with this. Oh, it's stuck in 1 times speed. No, 0.5 times speed. So here, what did I do here? Just lost the rear. I don't like a car that I cannot trust the rear of it. If I can't trust the rear, I don't want to push the car. And that's what I think I'm struggling with so much, is the fact that it feels like I cannot push the car. Because it feels like as soon as I push it, the rear snaps or slides. So let's try going again, just see what we can do. Really just need to watch the rear, that's what I'm struggling with. I guess it's good though that they do make the setups very hard to drive, if that's what's quick. But it's just I've driven some fast setups from some of the top eSport guys, but it's only the Go setups I seem to struggle with the most. Like some of the fast guy setups, they're hard to drive, but you can adjust to them quite quickly, where as Go setups I always seem to have a bit of a struggle with. And it's always the same thing, sliding on the high speed corners from the rear. So I don't know if it's just that's how they like their setups and they've just learnt to drive quick with having the rear that stiff and that slidey. Or maybe that it is just quicker to have a super stiff rear. But like the spring rates and everything are super low. They're like minimum. And then maximum bump stop range, or yeah, I think it's bump stop range on the rear. It's just, the setup looks weird in the setup menu. Oh my days.
Got some light damage on the front.
I mean, what happened there? Fine, 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 fine. Spin. Fine, fine. Front oversteers, fine, curb, bounce, spin. You should most definitely be able to use that curb. Man, this is painful. What?
Light damage on the front of the car.
I don't understand. Thought I would stream the hot lap grinding because I thought it would be quite good, but instead it's just me shouting at the setup. I mean, this is just on my outlap. How? I don't understand this. Lift on spin. Have I installed the wrong setup or something? This just... It feels impossible to drive through that section. Whereas the rest of the track, like I say, genuinely feels perfect. The entirety of the lap feels perfect, except basically those 3 corners, or 2 corners, where it feels like the car wants to... where it feels like the car is just on ice, basically. I've not struggled this much at Bathurst before, but then I usually would build my own setup, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's better just trying to build my own setup off this, because I am really struggling with this, just to drive it. Too much curb. Oh, someone died. Thought he was going to spin back in front of me. Thought he'd saved it as well. It looked like he'd saved it, but maybe he let go of his wheel and just went to return to garage. Because he looked like he'd saved it and just hit the wall. And then all of a sudden he was facing the wrong way. Very slow first corner. And now it feels fine through there. After all that time of not being able to get it round there, and now it does it absolutely fine. That is so weird. Maybe I was doing something completely wrong with the throttle, but it didn't feel like I did much different there at all. So I'm not sure what I was doing so wrong earlier. A little bit better turn once, but a little bit too wide on the exit. Hi Grandad, how's it going? Yeah, just doing a bit of practice for Friday, and then in about an hour we're just going to be doing one or two of those LFM races, just the 25-minute ones, and then that'll probably be it for tonight. Our next proper race will be on Friday this week, I think. I don't know when our next endurance races are though. Whoa! The rear of the car has no stability with this setup at all. 1 minute it feels great, and the next minute I'm in a wall. I'm fine, thanks. Good to hear. Granny not too good. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hope she gets better soon. Just a cold or an infection or something? What did I do wrong here? The rear quite literally just got away. Accelerate, oh fine. Accelerate, rear snaps. That's weird. Just lost the rear completely. Definitely gonna have to change how I set up do my setups in the future, because this is set up completely different to how I would set up a car. So I maybe need to change some things of how I set up the car. Maybe make it a bit more oversteery like this, because maybe this is faster. It's awful to drive, but maybe it is quicker, because Go setups definitely do it quicker than I do. Whoa, so much sliding through that corner. Down the hill is usually the trickiest section of the entire track, but with this setup it feels amazing. It is just the high speed left-handers that I cannot get right with this thing. We think she has very contagious vomiting and something, but oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Hope she recovers from it soon. It's not good at all. Have you caught it as well, or you stayed clear? Through there it's fine as well. It's just up at the top of the mountain basically. It wants to kill me. Right, let's try this again. So far I've been okay. Okay, that's good. But yeah, I let Granny know I was asking after her. Yeah, I'll hopefully see you soon, maybe on Thursday or Friday. Think I'm working on Friday, but I don't think it's all day. So should hopefully see you then. Oh, the rear again just snaps on me when it's always when I don't expect it to. It's very misleading, the car. It's like, it feels like you've got grip, you go to put the power down and then you just instantly lose the grip. It was a decent turn one there at least. Still got 2 laps of fuel. Oh, a bit of oversteer there on the entry. Okay, no worries. Just you guys look after, and we'll see you when we see you. Hopefully Granny gets better soon, and you don't catch it as well. People seem to get a lot of stomach bugs and stuff around this time of year as well, so hopefully she can recover from it soon. That was a good turn one there. Just found an extra 10th, I think. That was good. Yep, see you when we see you. I want to try this in second gear. I think it's better than first. It is, it's quicker than first. Slowing down into first gear is much slower. Just keep it in second, more stability. 6.5 tenths up. No, don't understeer me! Ah! Why does it invalidate if you hit the wall? Because you don't go over track limits. It's saying cut detected, but you don't cut the track if you hit the wall. Because you don't go over the white line. The white line is beside the wall, so you can't get your entire car over the white line because of the wall. That's weird. Well, that was at least a good first sector till I got that understeer. Oversteers every single lap, and then the one lap that I get a good first sector, and then it understeers. Typical. At least starting to get the hang of the car a little bit. So I think what I need to do, there's a few things. One of which is the fast left-hander here. What I need to do is to lift off either just, I think it's like just after the bump, because I think what I was doing before is I was just lifting off slightly just before turning, which is what I would usually do, but it seems that because there's a bump there, that's what was causing me to slide. So I think I've found that out. The corner before it, the sliding, I don't really know what's causing that. I think it's just not having enough grip some of the laps. Maybe the tire's not hot enough. I think the only other thing really is just to get much more consistent on that middle sector. But there is a lot of time in the lap, so I'm happy with how it's coming. I've just got to check. Just wanted to check SimGrid and then we'll do a few more laps. Don't see anything new on SimGrid. Just wanted to check there wasn't anything new. Right, let's put a new set of tires on. Let's go out again. I just wanted to check there wasn't anything new on SimGrid. So yeah, there's tons of time in the lap. I think, oh, there's only 10 seconds left of this session, so I think we'll wait for that to reset, obviously, and then I think we will do another half hour, and then we're going to go do a bit of LFM, which reminds me I need to sign up for LFM now, because I'll forget to sign up. Watkins Glen next race in recent sessions.
Green light, give it all you can.
So yeah, in 40 minutes. Let me check. Do I have a Watkins Glen setup? I don't. That's interesting. I thought I would have a Watkins Glen setup. I guess I'll have to go Porsche. Do I have a setup for the new Porsche? Let me check. 911, 992. No, I don't for the new Porsche either. I guess we'll just have to go with the Ferrari and use one of the Go setups, I guess. Oh, so I haven't driven Watkins on the... Oh, that's what it was. I was thinking I haven't driven Watkins Glen on the new update because I don't have a setup. That's what it was. I have driven it on the new update, but it was the old Porsche because it was the PLR league and they didn't let us switch to the new cars. So that'll be what it was. It was the... I have driven on it since it's updated, but it was with the old cars, so I don't have any setups for the new cars. So we'll just have to try the Ferrari out at Watkins for the first time. It should be interesting, as long as my File Explorer actually lets me get a setup. Right, let's try this again. We'll do half an hour and then we'll go do Watkins. Nearly went into the wall there. That would have been a bit of a disaster. Definitely having this a setup like this that slides a lot does allow you to use a higher gear. in some of the corners. Like I noticed the hairpin, you can use second gear quite easily. There I should have been in third, I double shifted to second by accident. But this hairpin you can use second, whereas some cars I would have to use first here, which is quite nice to be able to use second, and it's still stable. So if I can just get consistent with this middle sector. Oh, come on! Oh, this is so frustrating. Just as I was saying, if I can just get more consistent in the second sector, it would be fine. But again, it's no confidence in the rear of the car. I mean, I don't even understand what's happened there. A little bit of curb, a little bit of the exit, into the wall. Strange. I'd like to say though, if this was me building a setup, I would be running much higher wing, at least double this. So I do wonder if having the wing low and everything and having the setup sliding about is actually maybe quicker, because the Go setups are always quicker than me by at least usually half a second. So maybe having the car a lot sliding around but using higher gears and just learning to drive a car like this, set up like this, maybe this is just a quicker way to do it, and I just have to try and adjust to this. Because I would always have a lot more stability than this in my setups, but then maybe this is just quicker to have it super unstable and you're basically holding on for dear life. I mean, 5.7 seconds of damage and I just skimmed the wall. What? Oh, I'm struggling with this. Usually would be absolutely fine at Bathurst, but I don't know why I'm struggling with the fly so much. Like properly struggling just to get it a good lap to go. Let's try this again, see if we can get it. Like I say, if I can't get used to this, I'll just put up the rear wing, but if this is quick, which their hot lap is, I just need to adjust to driving it, and I'm just struggling a bit with that middle sector. Through the slow speed corners and the medium speed corners like this, it actually feels fantastic. The rotation it's got, it's like spot on. It's just through the really high speed corners I absolutely hate it, because I just have no confidence in the car at all. got 20 minutes, and then we will do the LFM race. What time is it? I think I'll maybe do 2 LFM races. I think. Well, that felt a bit better, but still not happy with the sliding. I must be doing something wrong with the driving, and I don't know what. Not sure if it's just when I'm turning in, if I'm turning in slightly too early, or if I'm lifting off at the wrong time. That's causing the car to unsell. At least better than we were in the last session. 202 flat on the first attempt. A little bit of a brush with the wall on the exit of the hairpin, just costing us a tiny bit of time. Oh, ho, ho. Well, our first lap was good. First sector there was good, and then it all went downhill. With the hairpin wasn't really good. I don't know what is going on with my speed multiplier. It's like stuck. So what happened there? Did I turn in as I hit the brake? I must have. No, was I braking when I turned in? Or did I come off the brakes too quickly? Okay, braking. Let go of the brakes, turned in. Okay, so that's weird. It's almost like when I came off the brakes I lost the car. It was like when I came off it off the brakes and onto the throttle. That's where I lost the car. Interesting. So yes, I think we'll do another 15 minutes and then we'll go on the what I'm trying to say, LFM, that's what the word I was looking for, LFM. We'll go on LFM in like 15 minutes. We'll go onto the server, download the setup, do a couple practice laps, then I think we'll do like 2 LFM races. See how we get on with that. Excuse me. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. I literally just crashed on an outlap, come on. Okay, let's see if we can find some lap time there. Because there's definitely probably a second in the lap. There's definitely at least a second in the lap, I think. Right, let's go. Oh,
He's trying to stay on.
massive damage to the front.
Box is flat, we have to repair the car.
I am just a terrible driver, it seems. Why is it stuck super slow and with no sound in the replay now? Just locked up on the braking there. Okay, let's try that again. Something for me to remember with the setups I build is to maybe try making them a bit less drivable, because maybe this is just the quickest way to build a setup. Like, to make the car the quickest is to just build it so it's almost undrivable. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. With any of the setups that I build next, is to try using lower wing and making them more unstable to drive, because I think that is quicker. So yeah. Right, we'll do 5 more minutes. So I think we'll do this quality run, then we'll jump into LFM practice server. A little bit up on the delta, but that wasn't great, that middle sector. Neither was turn 1, to be honest. Got another 2 laps of fuel and then we'll jump in the LFM server.
Well done, mate. That's all best.
Exit turn 1 wasn't great, even though we're nearly 2/10 up. That was a very pure exit. Three tenths up already. I knew that last lap wasn't great. 4 tenths. Six tenths up. That was much better than the last lap. Had a little bit of a lock up in that hairpin just before this straight, so I think we maybe just lost a little bit on the straight just from the exit not being quite as good as I would have liked. Oh, that final corner was terrible. I lost nearly 2 tenths.
Well done, mate. The fastest
Or
lap.
a tenth, I mean. Not 2 tenths, sorry, a tenth. That was a terrible first corner. We'll keep the lap going because it's still green on the delta, but that was terrible on the first corner. Turn 2 was slow on the exit. Felt okay, but just a little slow on the exit. Oh, I binned it.
Got some light damage.
Well, started out doing 203s and now 201s, so I think we probably had the potential to do a low 201 there. So if by Friday I can get a low 2-minute flat, I'll be happy, because I think the world record's a low 59, so if I can get a second off the world record, then I'll be happy. Ideally, I usually like to be a bit closer than that, but if I can get around a second or quicker, then that's okay for me. Okay, so, oops. Why is it not searching? Trying to type and it won't accept my keyboard. Low fuel. Low fuel. Strength series, Watkins Glen, LFM. Wrong password. They changed their passwords. There we go. So yes, let's just double check. He online.
9 minutes saying, so I'm just going to, like I said, do a couple of laps practice. I've never driven this car here. So you'll see, and I just hope that my PC doesn't crash when I try to get the setups, which it has been doing today. Where's the where is the what? I don't have the full bundle. Doesn't have Watkins Glen. That's not helpful at all. Oh dear. Well, let me quickly download one off of Popometer. Yeah, let's download this. I just downloaded an LFM ready setup, so hopefully I can just import this to an ACC crashes. You are joking me. You are actually joking me. Why is my file explorer all constantly crashing? Because now I can't get a setup because it's crashed. Well, aggressive setup it is. Do 10 minutes worth of practice, jump in the server, and hopefully by then my thing's working. Server opens in about 8 minutes. So yep, just jumping out with the aggressive. This is just so really frustrates me when the file explorer doesn't work, because there's no reason either. My PC's, it's done it since my PC's been pretty much brand new, but it only does it with ACC. When ACC's open will the file explorer crash, but sometimes it works absolutely fine, so it doesn't make any sense. Works fine if I open it and send setups, but as soon as I open it after like pressing copy on another, like if I go to downloads, press copy on a file and then go to ACC and try and open the ACC folder, it crashes. Whereas if I'm just on WhatsApp trying to send a setup and I go to the ACC folder whilst ACC is open, it's absolutely fine. So it doesn't make much sense. Aggressive setup doesn't feel too bad, at least.
I take that back. Does not have the rotation I was expecting. To be fair, the last car I drove here was a Porsche, which are really good for rotation here, so the default setup on the Ferrari is obviously not going to be as good.
Yellow flag is set to 2. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Okay, not a great first lap to start off with,
This has been your receivers.
but the aggressive default doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would. But there's a data pack LFM ready on Pulpometer that I've downloaded, and my file explorer is broken. So I'm hoping that it fixes itself before the race, so I can just import that setup, because that's the fuel and everything that we need. Do not really want to have to use a default setup for a LFM race. Oh dear, I messed up this lap. Let's leave this server. Check on the name of the official server, which I believe will be server opens. Okay, so server opens in 2 minutes. And Or you split one, Lorenzo. Yeah, my license isn't very high because I haven't done much LFM recently at all. My safety rating's good, but my ELO is rubbish because I just don't do LFM that often now. But the setups have worked, so we've at least got the setups. But we are jumping in with very little practice. But yeah, basically, when the Friday league is over, I'm going to not do leagues for a couple months and just focus on building setups and doing hot laps and like making videos and stuff. The endurance races and the LFM, and just try and focus more on the streaming and the YouTube videos and hot laps and the endurance races. So we'll get our license up then, because we've got like a month in I think it's September, where there's like an endurance race every weekend, so for VCO. So I kind of want to just focus on the endurance racing and videos and streams and stuff for a bit, so that'll get our license up. I can see your license is very high though. You'll do quite a lot of LFM, will you, Lorenzo? We're split 2. Coach Dave, let me just double check this is right. Coach Dave, split 2. Coach Dave, split 2. Okay. I've got, in all honesty, I've got like 3 exams coming up before September that I've got to like pass before September, and then I've got work's been quite busy as well. So when I've got a league every week and then the endurance racing, I'm finding that the time when I am racing, I'm just practicing for the leagues, so I don't really have the time I would like to have to do streaming, whereas I really want to be actually focusing a bit more on the streaming and making the videos and the hot laps. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. So after the Friday league is finished, I think I'll start focusing more on the videos, hot laps and things like that, and some of the LFM. But then that also means that I'll have a lot of time to focus on the endurance races, because I think me and Luciano have 3 endurance championships coming up for the VCO thing. So I want to focus on that as well, because VCO is quite a big championship. So we'll see. Over the next few months I think I'll start doing a lot more streaming. But just recently anytime I do have time, I've just been practicing for races, and I'm happy to stream practice for races, but I think that it's like, if I'm practicing for an endurance race and just doing 30-minute race stints, it's kind of boring for people to watch, which I completely understand. I wouldn't really want to watch like 30-minute race stints by driving by myself. So whereas LFM is a lot more entertaining for streams and things like that. This setup feels fantastic, by the way. Just on the outlap, this feels really nice. See, this to me feels better than some of the Go setups, because the rear is more stable. But the Go setups, their hot lap times are so quick, so I think I need to adjust to their style of driving. But how this car is set up is how I like to drive the car, where the rear is a bit more stable and I've got more confidence in it. But yeah, only 10 minutes left of quali, so this will be an interesting qualifying session, because I've basically done 2 laps practice. Although I know this track very well, I've never driven it in this car. So that McLaren has literally jumped the quali queue. That was a bit cheeky, I can't lie. I'm surprised the Porsche hasn't gone overtaking him.
Slow car.
Hey, that Ferrari just cutting the queue, man. Come on, Porsche, you got a massive gap. Come on. Right, let's go. You do get some people that are a little bit cheeky and just cut the queue. All that happens though is they end up then being right behind someone and getting their own lap blocked, so it doesn't really pay off that well. We're the second highest license in Split 2, so we literally just missed out from doing Split 1. Literally 2 less people in Split 1 and we would have been put in Split 1, I think. But just slightly too low on the yellow, but it will expect us to be right near the top, so we need a good result, which is easier said than done when I've done 2 laps practice. But having a setup like this makes it a lot easier because it feels fantastic straight out of the box. I can just get used to driving the Ferrari here, but this setup reminds me of driving the Audi here. Like, the front is super stable. It kind of feels like driving the Audi. I think this Porsche is going to give me traffic. He seems slower. Seem to have caught him just on my first flying lap. He does have the 27th lowest license, so he might be a slower one. You do sometimes get people with super low licenses that are aliens, but they're just starting in LFM, or they hardly do LFM, and then they jump in for a couple races and they're way quicker than their license says. Okay, first lap not great, but it's at least valid, so I can just push to try and improve that lap.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. Yellow flag, be careful.
Currently 14th right now. We've not really got a good lap in yet though.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
This will be a good first sector, I think. 10th up. See if we can keep this lap together.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Slower on the entry, but gave me a much better exit than the previous lap. That hairpin wasn't great though. It was in the wrong gear. Seven tenths up, nice improvement. 6 tenths off pole, provisional P9, so quite low down considering we're only 6 tenths off. Not bad for the amount of practice we did though. And no practice with this setup, so. Got one final lap, 4 minutes left of quali, but we've only got 1 lap of fuel left. And by the time we reset, we'll won't really be able to improve. Oh, clipped a curb. Oh well. Happy with the lap considering how much practice we did. A bit annoying we're gonna start P9 or outside the top 10, only separated by 4.5 tenths. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm happy with that considering what practice we did there, so we'll just try make it up in the race. As you see, we'll drop down a bit because there's plenty of time for people to improve. But yeah, 44.0 provisional pole, we did a 44.6, so I'm more than happy with that. I will, like I say, next session or next qualifying session will be a lot better. Let me just check something. Going go-karting tomorrow, so that'll be good. Doing an 80 lap race at my local track because it's the British Indoor Karting Championship. Qualifiers over the next like 3 months, so one of the qualifying tracks is literally 30 minutes away from my house, so I'm going to be going a few times just to see what kind of lap times I could do. But they've got like an 80 lap race tomorrow, so I'm going to go with my dad, and then I can get some practice in that, and then I'll go a few times either with my dad or just by myself and do kind of like hot lap sort of thing. If at some point I get like a GoPro thing, I will definitely do some like YouTube videos, but at the moment I don't have a GoPro or anything that I can use, but hopefully will in the future. That is insane by the top 3 though. 5 thousandths of a second separating the top 3, that is very, very close indeed. So it looks like we're going to be sitting probably about P15 by the time everyone finishes. So like I say, happy with that considering how much practice we did. 3 tenths separating the top 10, very, very, very close indeed, but happy with the lap I did. So just need to make it up in the race really. But the car felt great. He said this is LFM ready, so this should be absolutely fine. And let's just see how we get on with this. Look at that. Top 5 separated by a quarter of a tenth. We've dropped down to P17 though, so we've got a lot to make up in the race. Top 10, 2.5 tenths, very close indeed. So yeah, not much practice, so didn't expect much, but I think we'll make up quite a bit in the race. Dropping down to P18. Might drop down even further if this driver improves. Might be P19 start. Yep. So we went from like provisional P10 to like P19 in like 3 minutes. Oh well. We shall see. We shall see what we can do. Dot 24 separated by a second. That's quite good. Now LFM's been around for a while. The splits are usually quite good and quite close. Whereas when it was starting, you had some splits that you would have some people that were super slow but had really high safety rating, and then you'd have some people that were super quick and super low safety rating, so they were in the low splits when they should have been in a higher split, and vice versa. So yeah, happy with that. The lap time just like I say, could have been better if we had a bit more practice, but we'll try and make it up in the race, and then we'll probably do another one after this as well and see what we can do. So yeah, got a lot to make up in the race, so we'll see what we can do. We are gonna have to push.
30 seconds.
And see what we can do. Let's try and make it up. So starting B19, we got some ground to make up here. Try not to bin it on our own. But the quality setup felt super stable, so if the race setup is anything similar, then it should be quite good. So the only thing we've got to watch is see the exit of turn 1. Last time I did a race at or I think it was the last time I did a race at LFM at Watkins Glen, there was a pile up on the exit of turn 1 that like wiped me out of the race. So we do have to be careful on the first lap, because of the barriers. You sometimes get people thinking you could go 3 wide and then realising it filters down to 2 and then one of them doesn't back out. So let's see what we can do. We need a good start here. We're on the inside line, which is what we wanted, but we need a good getaway off the lights.
Stay clear of the curbs. Green light, use all you can. Car on the left. Clear on the
I think there's going to be a crash.
car on the
They're
left.
going like 3-4 wide already.
All clear. Clear on the left.
That was cleaner than I expected so far.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, I've got boxed in. I had such a good run on this Porsche, but I've been completely boxed in.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Nearly a crash behind me.
Clear on the left.
Crash in front. Someone was off. Whoa!
Clear on the right.
That was scary. Nearly killed the Ferrari on the outside, but I was just trying to avoid that rejoining Lamborghini. That was a good start though, good start. Made up a number of positions after starting P19. What a start. 6 positions on the opening 2 sectors. Let's keep this up. Only a 25-minute sprint, so shouldn't have to really worry about tyres that much. Had a good exit through the chicane there. Fantastic exit off the hairpin as well. Definitely quicker than the Lambo at the moment. Need to find a way past. First lap is easy enough to overtake, but after that it gets a little bit tricky at Watkins. One of the best ways is to force them into a mistake, because it's actually, the corners are so fast that it's actually hard to get alongside in some of the braking zones unless you force a mistake the corner before. 2 McLarens battling up in front of us. That Ferrari up in front of me is really wide. A little bit of a mistake from the Lambo, but I made a mistake as well the corner before, so I didn't really benefit from the Lambo's mistake. He's going to go too wide though, isn't he? Surely he is. No, he backs out, interestingly. Thought he was going to send it. Yeah, if he hadn't messed up the final corner, he probably would have caught him alongside there. But he will get this slipstream, maybe they'll go too wide in the chicane. I'm just going to try to see if I can benefit from it on the hairpin. Yeah, they're surely going to go too wide here. I'll hopefully benefit here because they will lose a lot of momentum trying to go too wide. Oh, I didn't benefit from that at all. I've been completely held up. That Ferrari was right where he needed to be to block me. I've just lost time. Maybe I can do the same thing the Lambo did and get him into the chicane. That's what I'm going to try anyway. Oh, I got a terrible exit though. No track limit, but I'm not going to get close enough for the chicane, that's for sure. Everyone's getting quite bunched up at the moment. Someone's got to drive through it already. Four laps in, sorry. The guy in front of me's got fastest lap of the race. Maybe the leaders have invalidated all their laps because he's in traffic right now and he's got fastest lap of the race. There's some too wide action at the moment. Nearly a crash for that McLaren. It's getting spicy here. 5-car battle. Need to find our way through as quick as possible without losing any time. I have a very hungry Lambo behind me. Don't think that Ferrari expected descender. He left the door open and I got a much better exit than he did the corner before. And now he has to deal with the Lamborghini and I get a bit of breathing space. Can try catch the cars up in front. They're battling quite hard, so it shouldn't take long to catch them. Not when they're doing that through the chicane. Should probably get on their bumpers by the end of this lap, I think. They can't be very quick when they're battling that hard. It's amazing how close the top 10 are at the moment. Like the leaders aren't even pulling away that much from the rest of the field because everyone's so similar on pace. That Ferrari didn't hold off the Lambo very long. That Lambo is back behind us. Lambo and McLaren in front of us are battling quite a bit, so hopefully they continue to do that and we can sneak past both of them.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2. We are halfway through game machine.
This is 11th and 10th in front of us, but we're actually gaining on 9th and 8th at the same time, which is good because I think they're also battling up in front. So we just need to pass these two guys as quick as possible if we want to try catch the two in front of them, because they're battling so hard at the moment. They're just costing themselves time, especially going too wide through the chicane. Costs you like so much time when you go offline in the chicane, as you can see by the amount of time I've just gained on them through that little section. Oh, Ferrari's binned it up in front. This could change things. An extra car in the mix. Oh, McLaren binned it by himself. He's going to rejoin, put these two guys wide. He's going to put them Lambo very wide. I've got this Lambo right on my bum.
Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Rest in peace, Lamborghini. Rest in peace, my friend. He has died an honourable death at the hands of the deadly curbs in the chicane. He died fighting for a position in the top 10. Just under 10 minutes to go. Oh, Lamborghini died there. Put the pressure on him and he binned it. Ferrari up in front's making a few mistakes, so I want to pass this McLaren quickly so I can focus on possibly trying to catch that Ferrari. Yeah, 45.5 by the Ferrari, so his pace is quite a bit off compared to the cars in front of him. My lap was slow, but then I was battling quite a bit, so it's obviously quite a bit slower with that battle with the Lamborghini and McLaren. quite a bit quicker than this McLaren, so hopefully he doesn't hold us up like he did to the Lamborghini, because he really defended from that Lambo. And I just hope he doesn't do the same thing to us, because I want to catch that Ferrari. Just look at the minimap, how close everyone is in front of us though. There's like a bundle of cars. If we had actually had some practice and a good qualifying, that's so close. The top 3 have ran away, and then from like 5th to 8th, everyone is like super close. It's great racing though when you're that close. So much more exciting than just driving by yourself in no man's land. Right, see if we can set up and move into the chicane. Need a good exit out of here. I wonder if he's running out of track. He's ran out of track limit warnings actually, because he's been pushing so hard. He is not using much curb on the exit there. He's maybe worried about a drive-through.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Slow car.
No. Such a good recovery down to P19 where we started. Come on. Oh, I'm not going to say whose fault that was until I looked at the replay, because I don't know whose fault it was, but we've lost 12 seconds and we've lost top 10. Started P19 and back down to P19. Someone had spun in front of me as well, so would have got a free position as well. They were trying to rejoin. That would have put us into P9 after starting 19th. Would have been 10 positions up. 6 minutes to go, but that's going to wreck my safety rating at my yellow. That is depressing. Don't know where that McLaren came out though. I think he's down to P15, I think. I'll look at the replay. I think I gave him space. If it's my fault, then I'll take responsibility for it, but I need to see the replay and know what happened there. And now I have 5 minutes to go on destroyed tyres. So frustrating. Would have made up 10 positions if we had done that move. And then he tried to hold the inside line again. Either he didn't expect me to be on the inside, or we went too wide, but I think he didn't leave me enough room, but I need to look at the replay, because I thought I was on the inside far enough for us both there, and next thing I'm spinning. But there was definitely contact. Just so glad I didn't get collected because of where I spun right in front of everyone. If I'd got collected, that would have been race over on that corner, but thankfully I just got spun round. Lap times are slow, but I have dead tyres. Tyres were fine though. From the racing, it was just the spin has completely flat spotted them. So I think that McLaren and P15 is the one that we had contact with, but we'll look at the replay and find out what happened there. So frustrating just to gain 10 positions and then it all go back to where we qualified. Such a terrible quality in P19 as well, gain 10 positions and lose it all. I think all we'll do now is lose ELO and safety rating. Why would you rejoin? You need to stay where you are or rejoin. He like rejoined and then braked. You have to either rejoin quickly and get out of the way, or you need to brake and just stay there. Whereas he like rejoined and then braked because he saw me. That was a close call. This Lambo's going to be a bit of a pain for the final 2 laps, isn't he? Someone else has binned it. This is everyone battling up in front of us in that queue traffic. I don't think if we hadn't been spun, I don't think we would have gained anything from them, because I think those guys were behind us already. But yeah, I have no grip at the moment, so I've got to be careful with this Lambo behind me. 2 laps to go. Penultimate lap we're on just now. I don't want to lose this position, but I also don't want to get a track limit warning or spin out trying to defend either. Coming on to the final lap. Be interested to see if we see any crashes in front, as that is quite a big queue of traffic. We might get some people getting desperate final lap. Oh, I tried to do the cutback, it didn't work at all. Someone binned it at the chicane final lap. I tried to get on the inside of the Lambo, but he didn't leave me any space. Would have just crashed like we did with the McLaren if we stayed on the inside there. Bit of a walk up.
Clear on the right.
Just slightly locked up. Went like 3 miles wide. Oh, that's disappointing. Couldn't defend. Did that Ferrari run out of fuel in the final corner there? Free position. Oh, that Lambo. Couldn't get past. He got past me on the exit, struggling for grip with the tyres, and then tried to get him on the chicane. Well, tried to get him on a cutback on the first corner, and that failed, and then tried to get him on the chicane, and that also failed because we didn't get left any room. But I want to see this actually, where this crash. Yeah, didn't leave me any space at all. Completely on him, I think. Just look at this, guys. Here, we're on the inside, he left me no room. I can't disappear. Completely on him. There. In my opinion, number 11. Completely on him, I think. You can't just turn in and expect me to disappear. I'm on the inside and he's basically cut me off. So there wasn't anything I could do there. He's not left me any space, and that's what happens when you don't leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space. I will just message that to him. All the time you have to leave a space. So yeah, that's gonna hurt my safety rating a bit. Unfortunately, my wheelbase is quite hot now. I think we'll maybe just finish up there for tonight because my wheelbase is fairly hot at the moment, and we've done a few hours streaming now. We've done like nearly 3, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, we did a bit more practice with Bathurst. Sorry, like my brain is fried. We did a bit more practice with Bathurst. Well, first practice session, so just need to get used to Bathurst a bit more in the Ferrari and that setup. Watkins Glen with that LFM race, that was quite fun. Good recovery after the rubbish quali, but just annoying that we got taken out. But looking at the replay, in my opinion, that's on him because I get to the outside. I'm on the on the outside on the entry, which then becomes the inside of the next corner, which is why actually the outside is better for the chicane on the entry. But unfortunately, he just didn't leave me space, so I can't disappear. And if I hit the brakes there, I just spin out when you're at that speed and turning. But yeah, it's just one of those things. We will probably lose a bit of rating for it, but it's just one of those things. Next stream, by the way, guys, I don't know what day is tomorrow. Wednesday. I'm going karting tomorrow night, so I won't be streaming because I was planning on streaming tomorrow night. But because I'm going karting, I won't be able to because you've got to go quite early for karting for like driver briefing and that. Even though I've seen the driver briefing about 4 times, it would be quite good if you could like. If you're regular there, you don't have to go to driver briefing, being it's the same driver briefing each time. You know, like some sort of card that says you've seen the driver briefing. But yeah, we've got to go. We're gonna go tomorrow, and then Thursday won't be a stream. Friday will be the Bathurst race. So tomorrow I'll be doing some practice for this, and then we'll be doing the same on Thursday. Late night Thursday, and then on Friday we've got the race. Saturday, Sunday, let me just check my calendar. I can't remember if we'll be able to stream on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, I think we will most likely be streaming as well, so that's quite good. So yeah, that is all for today, guys. As always, a big thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you again.